Down Mafia, what is going on to what I feel like is the first Q&A session that we've done in quite some time. I know I ended up going on ahead and I went live on Tuesday, sort of doing my whole what the media is saying about the Buffalo Bills. By the way, I really want to hear, excuse me, I just sound like a little kid with a speech impediment. What y'all thought about that series? I'm thinking about keeping it consistent, especially during the offseason and probably during the regular season as well as a live show. Did you like me reacting to what the national media was saying? I thought it was a super cool idea. I have a buddy that runs a table called Get the Tables, and he puts out a video like that all the time. But I thought it was just cool just reacting to what the national media has to say. So I'm thinking about making that a regular occurrence on this channel and then swinging back in the Q&As, baby, which is always one of my favorites. We have some new faces in here, I would say. Starting off with Melissa. Go Bills. I can't wait right until this season. It needs to hurry up. It's taking too long. It really is, but I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of exciting things going on. I mean, first off, who in their right mind ever would have thought that we would have had the free agency that we did? I mean, what was our cap space sitting at before free agency started? I mean, I thought that as soon as we signed Von Miller, it was over, right? It was like, okay, like everyone else is just going to have to chill and we're going to have to save some money for anybody that we draft. Brandon Bean said, hold my beer, and ended up bringing in some crazy names. I'm pumped about OJ Howard. I am pumped about Jameson Crowder, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that down there. Jukesy, what's going on, man? Go Bills, go Bills. Got all that going on. We get a Super Bowl. Midnight strikes back. Dude, it's looking like that. If we can all stay healthy, I would argue that we have the best roster in the NFL. Even amongst the stacked AFC, I still think that we have the most ridiculous roster out there. Michael McGee. And so I think you guys should have offseason roundtables only after free agency and the draft. I think a lot of people would watch. Michael, fantastic idea. In fact, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll DM the guys and I'll see if they wanted to do like a free agency episode. I would be okay with doing it next Wednesday, but obviously I'm going to have to ask them. In case anybody doesn't know, I'm sure that everyone here watches the AFC East Roundtable. It's myself. There's a gentleman named Richie who runs a Jets channel called Jets Media. Fantastic channel. Then my buddy who runs a Patriots channel named Master at Work. He's absolutely hilarious. And then, of course, we all know TD, the Dolphins channel guy at TD Fins Talk. So that's sort of been our running show during the season. But a lot of people are asking for some offseason content. So we're going to have to see what we can do. Dennis Joseph, what up, man? Bills Maniac 210, yo ho ho, Dan Mitchell. I love your avatar, by the way, bro. That's sick. That's really sick. You must be from Texas. That's awesome. Yep, 315 days until we get the Super Bowl 57. Is that great? Is Miller an edge or an outside linebacker? John, fantastic question. He was listed prior to being acquired by the Buffalo Bills as an as an outside linebacker, excuse me, but he was predominantly working out of 3-4 defense structures. Since the Bills operate out of a 4-3, he is considered a defensive end and an edge, but he's basically going to be doing the exact same thing that he was doing. He was just, he was in a different category based off of the scheme of defense that he was running. But yes, he will be an edge rusher for the Buffalo Bills. Mason Golden, Dan the Man, super glad to see you back, brother. Missed your last stream. Super happy you're back. Yo, man, I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that. I've really been trying to go on ahead and drop as much as I possibly can. I've dropped about 3 videos so far this week, went live twice. I'm going to see if I can get something else out for you, but it's my buddy's birthday this weekend. And like I mentioned earlier, I ended up getting a new puppy who's been taking a lot of my time as well. But I just missed YouTube. I really did. I missed talking football. And I have finally gotten over that 13 seconds fiasco, which is good. And so edge in a 4-3. Go Bills. We need a CB2. I would say we need some serious attention devoted to our cornerback room. If out of anything, right, I would say that the 2 biggest holes that we have in this roster is the cornerback room in general. Because first off, we don't know when Trey White's going to be back. I've heard reports that he won't be back until November, October. If I'm a gambling man, he's not going to be there opening day. So who do we have on this roster right now? Outside of Taron Johnson, who is our slot corner. I'm not sure how effective he would be on the outside, but who's going to handle the slot? Dane Jackson, maybe. I mean, he's shown flashes of success. Losing out on Levi Wallace, pretty tough. But we're going to have to put a lot of attention in there. We still need to figure out exactly how much cap space was created with this Diggs restructure. But in my opinion, not only do I think that we need to address the cornerback situation in the draft, hell, I'll be completely honest with you. I legitimately think that we should trade up and get somebody like Sauce Gardner or one of the other absolutely elite like players from collegiate football. It's going to make an impact immediately. That is so big. And then worst case scenario, maybe go out there and find one of those free agents. Huge on Bradbury. Huge on Bradbury. What's going on, Stan? What's going on, bro? You know, just living the dream, having myself a nice little glass of Cabernet. We are doing it up. I'm pumped about Diggs. Me too. Big Baller Bean knows how to get by the cap. Yeah, dude, he's just continuously being a magician out there. John Mitchell, what's up, Dan? Long time no see, my friend. How's your offseason going? It's going great, man, but I'm back, baby. I'm back. I miss you too. I got done with my whole little, sort of my time off. It was time for me to get back into the swing of things. I just miss doing this tremendously. So this week I said, let's get back into the game. John, I bet you TD's on his high horse right now. He's got to be, but it's kind of hard to really read TD because, last year he was basically on the whole thing that we're never going to be successful as long as Tua is our quarterback. Maybe the whole Tyreek Hill situation may have given him a little bit more hope, but it's just always really hard to understand what he truly feels about them because he wants to hype up his fans, right? And he does a great job of it, but I don't think we'll ever understand how he feels about Tua. But as far as the personnel of Tyreek Hill, has to be. Ollie, what up, dude? Bob Miller will be our defensive end. He is listed as a linebacker, so he can wear number 40. What's up, brother, man? What's up, dude? How you doing? Yo, is your avatar Jizzy? I like that. I made it myself. I'm formerly Bills fan 210. Oh, yeah, dude. That's what's up. Yeah, dude. I definitely remember that. Matthew Smith, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Everyone sound off in the chat for Matthew Smith's birthday. That's awesome, dude. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And so I picture Vaughn doing the Hughes thing, but better. So do I. So really how it all kind of plays out, I foresee Von Miller having at least 2 more years of some pretty solid production. Will he be as efficient during his entire contract? First off, that's a loaded question because I don't foresee him being here as long as his contract suggests. I feel like being structured it that way. But yeah, I feel like leadership's going to be there. He's been in a situation where the Bills want to be, is in the Super Bowl. He's won it twice for 2 different teams. I feel like he's going to be a blessing right to this locker room. He's going to really, really go on ahead. And he's going to make our pass rush absolutely disgusting. But it's funny how it all kind of plays out because last year our secondary was dope. And then now it seems like it's all switched because we don't have anybody at corner until Trey comes back. And then hopefully we can make another move. We can bring in Bradbury if we can get him cheap. And then we go on ahead and we just draft an absolute stud in the draft. John's coming in and says, what are you sipping on, Dan? Cabernet, bro. As far as wine's concerned, I'm exclusively a Cabernet guy. Exclusively. White wine, I guess I'll have a Chardonnay every now and again, but strictly a Cab guy. Norm. Okay, Dan, here's a question for you. What would you do with the pick at 25? Trade up, down, or stand pat? And also, position would you pick? Would it depend on who is still on the board? Norm, amazing question. Right now, I think that there's really 2 glaring needs. There's 2 glaring needs for the Buffalo Bills. One, I believe, is vastly more important, and that is the cornerback position. I will be honest with you. I will be disappointed if we do not trade up for one of the top draft picks, Stingley or Sauce, right out of Cincinnati. Both of those, I believe, would be able to hop onto this team and make an immediate impact. I really, really would. If, say, for example, that we don't go corner, which I will be tremendously disappointed in, I probably want to go like an offensive guard, right? I feel like that there's a lot of question marks when it comes to the guard situation. Cody Ford, who knows? So, but I think vastly at this point, since we do have Josh Allen, who, fun fact, I was reading something the other day. The Buffalo Bills offensive line and the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line were virtually tied as far as production, according to PFF last year. Did you know that? Everyone always said, oh, the Bengals offensive line was absolutely trash. That's why. So Burrow was always on his ass. The difference is that we have a quarterback that's mobile and can get out of pressure, and it's just slippery. So that's why I guess I wouldn't be like burning all of my Bills garb, say that we did go with a guard instead of a cornerback in the first round. But I feel like cornerback is wildly more important at this time. So short answer, number 25, I'm going to want to go on ahead and I'm going to want to trade up. Worst case scenario, going ahead and give him next year's first. This is our do or die year. Oh, man, we have a $5 donation. Epic. It's been a long time, man. Definitely hope all is well. First off, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. You know how impactful this is to my channel. That allows me to continuously improve the content that I give you. So I definitely appreciate that. Bills have a brutal schedule next year. Has me a little worried. And also, do you see Gilmore coming back? Epic. First off, I feel like that I touched on this briefly a little earlier. Well, I know that it seems intimidating, right? Because the AFC just ended up getting absolutely stacked. What I want you to do is I want you to look at our schedule and the rest of the AFC, and I want you to find a team that is that consistent across the board. Minus our cornerback room, can you really think of any like weakness? As a whole, our offensive line does its job. It protects Josh Allen, but Josh Allen also protects himself. Wide receivers, come on, dude. Absolutely stacked there. Running backs, I mean, okay, I suppose I'm talking myself into this, but you also need to account for Josh Allen's running abilities. Singletary hopefully might be okay once we end up sort of revamping our run scheme or et cetera, et cetera. Safeties, amazing. Pass rush, great. Really, at the end of the day, I feel like that teams are just trying to catch up to us. I'm not worried about our schedule at all. I sincerely believe that we're going to walk away with the division this year. And I mean, I could see us being number 1 seed. I really, really can. Because while some teams may have like very strong certain positions, like let's just look at our division for this, right? The Dolphins, yeah, most definitely. They have really speedy receivers. Great. But who's throwing them the ball? There's question marks when it comes down into the quarterback. The Broncos, right? In my opinion, I'm probably going to get burned for this, but I think Russell Wilson is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the history of football. Yeah, like it's going to be interesting, but I wouldn't be worried. What was your other question? I totally forgot about that. I just went on my soapbox. Gilmore. What do you think about Gilmore coming back? I mean, if the price is right, and so if the price is right, man, I mean, I know that a lot of Bills fans are probably just going to be like, oh, screw that guy. He left us for the Pats. He said that he wanted to be on national television, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to any athlete, all they need to do is just make an impactful play, and then the entire city forgives you, right? Just like that. But frankly, I'd probably be more keen to wanting Bradbury. I would much prefer Bradbury over Gilmore if we could even afford him. Say that I had to choose, and then Hayden as well from Pittsburgh is still a free agent. I wouldn't be surprised with him. Those two would be above Gilmore, but I wouldn't be, I suppose, against it. Dan, who do you think we open with this year? Dude, I almost guarantee you we're going to be playing the Rams. The NFL is not dumb. The NFL is not dumb. I can almost guarantee you. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we were the first game of the year on Thursday Night Football against the Rams. I just think it's going to be it because I feel like so the NFL loves us. Everyone in the world knows that we should have been the ones in the Super Bowl this year. We just lost in this fucking fluke because Josh Allen just didn't call the right side of the coin. And then the former Super Bowl champions. There's going to be a lot of storylines there. There's going to be the 13-second thing that's going to be highlighted. There's going to be Von Miller playing for his new team right against a team he just won the Super Bowl with. There's way too many storylines. And on the NFL's one of their biggest stages of the regular season, I'm calling Rams Thursday Night Football. Dude, y'all get me so pumped. I miss football so much. I really miss football so much. In fact, once I get off this live stream, I'm probably about to watch a little bit of opening day baseball, see what's going on there. Looks like my guy Jizzy Fresh, which is, I can just absolutely love the name here. Norm is coming in and saying, and the opener against the Rams would be my guess too, would be a very highly rated game. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Stafford, Josh Allen. I believe they just ended up picking up Allen Robinson as well. Who knows what's going on with OBJ? Who really knows what's going on with OBJ at this point? But still have Cam Akers. They're still pretty stacked. But hopefully the Bills start off with a nice little victory, a nice little dub going into it. Spin comes in. He doesn't seem to be agreeing with me on the Bradbury take. I don't want Bradbury because I'd rather have a rookie cornerback on a rookie CB rather than pay 2 cornerbacks. Gilmore would be a rental on a 1 or 2 year deal and not tie us down and cap for the future. Spin, that's a great take. And so it really, really is. It really, really is. But my rebuttal to that is that do you think that Gilmore, with his ego, does he believe that he is a 1 to 2 year rental, right? I have a feeling this dude is going to go to the place that gives him the most money. You know, I'm pretty sure I thought I read something where like his wife or something responded to a Bills fan saying, Gilmore, come home. And she responded to something being like, you really think I'm going to move somewhere I've already been? So I would be shocked if Gilmore were to come back. I wouldn't be upset. But the Bradbury thing, I could get that, man. I could get that. Epic G War. Dude, actually, funny story. I am a Braves fan myself, as a matter of fact. I just love hats, bro. Like, I love hats. I love sports stuff. I mean, I have a basketball jersey of just about every single team you can think of. Bunch of baseball hats of teams. But as far as my allegiance is concerned, I'm a Braves fan. And so I go to Atlanta at least 7 or 8 times a year to go watch a game. So, yeah, this is just a hat, my guy. And so next live stream, I'll wear some of my Braves stuff. Oh my God. How many times do the Bills hit 40 burgers this year? This is interesting. In fact, this is funny because I feel like I haven't done a way too early record prediction for the Buffalo Bills video. I feel like I got to do that. This is coming up within the next couple of days. 40 though. Okay. Brief little spoiler. I'd say about 4. And so I'd say 4 games, we completely destroy them by 40. And that's being conservative at this point. My guy Ali comes in and says, what Knicks jersey do you have? Bro, I got a throwback. I got a Jeremy Lin Knicks jersey, bro. I know. And so, I just have, really dumb jerseys, bro. I have a JJ Barea Mavericks jersey. Just because, I just think it's funny. It's just fucking random, right? And so he was thinking 5 from a 40 burger. Honestly, when it comes down to our offense, we have the firepower, right? As long as we don't have any key injuries, as long as Josh Allen's solid, we're good to go. And once again, knock on wood, I said this last year, during my offseason content, I'm fine. Let me rephrase. Last offseason, I was pumped about Trubisky because I always said if Josh Allen were to go down, I would feel a sense of relief, some type of insurance. I feel the exact same way, if not better, with Case Keenum, right? I still think he's a capable starter in the NFL. I really, really do. I think that he's going to be tremendous. I really, really do. But like I said, Josh Allen's going to be completely healthy this entire year. So Twins24 says, now Tyreek Hill is gone, which means a downgrade for the wide receiver group of the Chiefs, but Juju won't be as much than doing TikTok videos on the media, which drives me nuts. Oh, yeah, most definitely. I do not foresee the Chiefs being the exact same. You'll log in or you'll tune into Good Morning Football and they'll be like, oh, well, Hill didn't make Mahomes. Mahomes made Hill. We'll see. We'll really see. But I think that the Chiefs are going to see a little bit of regression this year. Okay. Trey's comes in and says, who is your favorite pick at 25 that you have seen in mock drafts? Example, Booth, McDuffie, and Alam, Dotson, or Hall. So most mock drafts I have seen, and granted, I haven't really been watching a lot in the past couple of weeks, so I'm not sure if any of these names have dropped in projection, but I have seen that Booth and McDuffie have not fallen to us in almost every single mock draft that I have seen. But if any of those names are available, the first two I'm looking at is Booth and McDuffie. And it's funny because like you probably ended up putting all of these in order as well. If Booth was there, if say that all 5 of those names were there, Booth would be my first choice, then McDuffie. Dotson I would take next. Breece Hall, number 4, who's probably the best running back in the draft, but who knows what's going on there. But at the end of the day, no one can really predict what Brandon Beane does either. There was somebody that I did a mock draft with like a bunch of like regular YouTubers so they cover football. So like it was giant. And what did I do? I collabed with Tom Grossi, with That's Good Sports, with MMG, the Madden YouTuber. Same with RBT. He was the one that hosted it. Like there was 32 NFL YouTubers, and I was just lucky enough to be the guy from the Bills because me and Perner are super cool, and he just, sort of recommended me to go onto it. And then I ended up going with the cornerback out of Auburn. It was so long ago. Let me see if I can even pull him up real fast. Auburn cornerback drafts. He was the one that fell to me. It was Roger McCreary. Roger McCreary was the person that I went and I targeted during that point. So that was where I would be, but say that any of those names, Booth and McDuffie, would 1,000% be there. McCreary, Tress. Yep, absolutely. And so to answer your question, man, like I was just telling this to Norm a little earlier, I would be significantly upset if we didn't trade up and to truly get like a damn game changer of a cornerback. My dream would be that we could trade up enough to grab Sauce Gardner. That would be my dream. Him or Derek Stingley. One of the two. But say that we stay at 25, yeah. Booth, McDuffie, or McCreary would be a dream. Beans walking into the draft like Vince McMahon coming down the ramp. Yo. And so did anybody catch WrestleMania the other night? And so to be honest with you, I really didn't grow up watching wrestling. This was probably my first experience watching it. I enjoyed it. I really did. I never really thought I would, but it was sick. And Norm says I would love to get Sauce. Oh my God, dude. He tweeted something and I agree with him. I think he's going to be the best player in that draft. Like the best player in that draft. Yep. And so Rob comes in and says Sauce or Stingley would be incredible. Listen, it's not time to be conservative anymore, okay? Like, I know people don't necessarily like the whole Rams formula where they just literally shit their cap space away and throw it out the window and just pray for a Super Bowl, but, they did it and they won one. So the strategy's batting 1,000%. I feel like if anything, we have a smart enough GM where I think that we'll be able to sort of recover in case our plan doesn't go to plan, if you will. But we gotta go all in. Like, fuck it. Like, let's just trade up our second and third. Like honestly, I would be more than happy to go on ahead and send over a second and third. I think, where is Philadelphia in the draft? I thought that's what I saw. Philadelphia draft position, NFL. I'm pretty sure that I saw that. Saints period of mortgage future. Oh, well, never mind, because that like massive trade already happened. Never mind. See, that's pretty rough, but I would love to go on ahead and make a trade. Bobby Wagner World comes in. Bills Super Bowl this year. Let's do it. What team would you say that Sauce goes to if not us? Let's check out mock drafts real fast. Mock drafts 2022. I've seen a couple. Let's see. Oh, let's look at the Schrager mock draft. Sauce went early. Sauce went to the Jets. Yeah, actually, I've been seeing him going to the Jets, and like that's number 4. That's damn number 4. Devon Walker. Where did Stingley go? Oh, Stingley's been dropping pretty. Okay. I mean, they're saying that the Vikings are set to go on ahead. The Vikings could potentially be a trade partner for us, to be honest with you. The Vikings could be, because they're picking at number 12 right now, and there's still a lot of really good CB talent, because right according to this one, Sauce goes in at number 4, and then Stingley goes at 12 for the Minnesota Vikings. I would be completely fine giving Minnesota our second and third this year, because let's be honest with ourselves. Right? Not every single person that we draft is going to make this team. I mean, shit, where's the cap space? There might be 3 or 4 people that we draft actually make this team. So I don't see anything wrong with trading our second and third round pick to Minnesota to swap with them, for us to take number 12 and them to take number 25. That way we can grab Stingley or Sauce, whatever comes in. That would be a dream scenario for me. That would be an absolute dream scenario for me. This is our year. Josh Goat, Diggs Goat, Davis Goat. Yeah, dude, listen, man, let me tell you what. I'm very excited to see what Gabe Davis can do. I mean, I was excited about him after his rookie year, especially when he ended up doing being an absolute hero in the playoffs. I mean, he's been a hero in the playoffs 2 years in a row now. First time in 2020 when we were playing the Colts and the defense was just wrecking us. And then he just did those toe drags when Josh Allen just did this crazy ass drive downfield. Gabe Davis was a huge part of that. It's wild, man. It's really some pretty crazy things right there. What's up, Dano? And so I heard that Pete Metzelaars is coming out of retirement. Save some scratch. I like that. Love Davis. So do I. He's got some Eric Molds in him. Maverick comes in and says, could the Bills still make a running back trade? Dude, I feel like at this point, I really don't foresee that happening. Like, I just don't see that happening. But then again, I mean, I didn't see any other moves, and I'm talking any other moves happen after we ended up signing Von Miller. Like, I did not foresee us extending Diggs. I did not foresee us going after O.J. Howard. I did not foresee us going after Crowder. Like, Bean was just pulling money, making deals left and right. We had no idea what the hell was going on. So it's definitely wild. It's definitely wild when it comes down to it. But as far as a running back is, as much as I would hate it, as much as I would hate that, as much as I would love it, excuse me, sorry, I got distracted here for a second. I just don't think that we have the space, unfortunately, at this point. And I think that we just need to focus completely on the draft. But anything could happen. And we'll go from there. All right. Let's go. We got Crowder at a freaking steal. Twins 24, 1,000%. We definitely did. Not going to lie to you, I was pretty upset that we released Beasley. I was like, oh no, what the hell is going to happen? I thought Isaiah McKenzie probably would have been decent. I feel like he would have been able to make a pretty easy transition. And so at this point, but with Jamison Crowder, who is not only younger, in my opinion, he's better than Cole Beasley. He had better stats than Beasley. And look at who his quarterbacks were for the past couple of years. I have a feeling he's about to have a damn breakout year. Von Biller Nation. Exactly how that plays out. Trace comes in and says, I still think we need a wide receiver in the draft. Yeah, Trace. I mean, I feel like while it's a need, I feel like there's more significant needs, right? I feel like that we're looking for a Band-Aid for the wide receiver room, but as far as the cornerback room, we need gauze in the whole 9 yards, man. We need as much help in that secondary as we possibly can, because where it's looking right now, really our starters are going to be Dane Jackson and Taron Johnson. And then who knows on the other side at this point, right? Like a flip of the coin. So I feel like that we need a lot of depth in the CB room. That ACL injury from Trey really hurt us. Bean is having the time of his life now. He has to. Norm is coming in and saying, who might be available at running back that Bills would want? I think they may draft a running back in round 3 or 4. So depending on who's still on the board. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the route as well. I just have a feeling that it's going to be Singletary again and then Duke Johnson, who is probably not quite as effective as he used to be, but he's a huge threat in the passing game. So, but I feel like if we bring anybody in the running back situation, it's going to be through the draft. Hey, Dan. And do you think that we should have gotten J.C. Jackson? He was too expensive, man, right? And so, I mean, he was too expensive. I feel like that if we were to get Von Miller and we were to get J.C. Jackson, then we wouldn't have had the money or had even the possibility of being able to bring Diggs back, make him happy. We wouldn't have been able to get some of those, like, those other pieces, right? We wouldn't have been able to get Jameson Crowder, Jay Howard, et cetera, et cetera. So I feel like that Bean was just out trying to find as many good deals as he could. But, yeah. I mean, from Jackson's standpoint, he probably should have came to the Bills just so he made it impossible for him to ever have to play Diggs on live television ever again. I feel like that would be pretty solid. But Jerome Ford from Cincinnati. Oh, yeah, you did send me that, Mel. You did send me that the other day. Okay. All right. Yo, Del Mafia, listen, I just wanted to go ahead and hop on here briefly for about 35, 40 minutes for a brief Q&A. In case you didn't notice anything, I did end up dropping a video a little earlier about the whole Jordan Poyer situation. If you haven't watched that yet, definitely check that out. I released it about an hour ago. So that's where we're going to be. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be on the lookout for a record prediction video coming out here soon, and then I'll probably start doing prospects in the cornerback room for the draft and the offensive guard room of the draft of who I really, really, really want to look for as draft content starts. Dal Mafia, it feels so good to be back. And before I let you go, you better always remember, let's go Buffalo.